In 1953, a critic wrote the following about two arena stage productions. All I have to say about these plays is that both contained an actress I have never heard of, Frances Sternhagen, who has more skill and attack in both comedy and pathos than any other actress I've seen so far in America. Frances Sternhagen, a familiar face to millions from television and film, has worked for decades on the American stage. She's a woman who is widely respected by her colleagues and has led the life of a consummate working actor. I don't have a burning ambition to be at the top, she says. I just like to work. You can't let the humiliations hurt you too much. If you really want to have a career as a performer, you'll hang on, no matter what. She did. And she does. 50-plus years into a distinguished and varied stage and film career, a veteran of O'Neill, Shaw, Giraudoux, Pinter, and Albee, to name a few, Frances is the recipient of 7 Tony nominations, including Tonys for The Good Doctor and The Heiress, 2 Obies, 2 Drama Desk Awards, an Outer Critics Circle Award, 3 Emmy nominations, the Dramatists Guild Award, and the Delia Austrian Medal from the Drama League for Distinguished Performance, an award which Helen Hayes herself also received. In 2000, Frances was inducted into the Theatre Hall of Fame. Her story begins right here in Washington, D.C. Born in 1930 in Georgetown Hospital, her father was a tax court judge and her mother was a volunteer community worker. She was raised on O Street and attended the Potomac School and the Madeira School. Still in her teens, she made her first stage appearance as Laura in a 1948 summer stock production of The Glass Menagerie and attended Vassar College as a history major. I was interested in the theater, but never thought I'd go into it, she said. When she silenced a giggling crowd at a campus dining hall with her interpretation of Richard II, playing none other than Richard himself, she was persuaded to switch her major. She still didn't have the nerve to take the leap into theater, so she taught singing, square dancing, and dramatics at the Milton Academy. She auditioned for Brattle Theater in Boston, where she was told, "My dear, if you're going into theater, give up teaching. You do all your scenes as if you were leading the Girl Scouts onto the hockey field." So, in 1953, she gave up teaching and returned home to Washington, D.C. She found some success with various roles at the McLean Summer Theater and took acting classes at Catholic University, where she met fellow student and future husband Tom Carlin, and got the part of Sabina in Skin of Our Teeth. Zelda Fitchhandler promptly offered her the lead role in Arena's production of Country Wife, where she joined company members George Grizzard, Lester Rollins, and Gerald Heiken. In 1954, she performed at Olney Theater in The Cocktail Party, Venus Observed, and The Country Girl. The next year, she embarked on an international tour of Skin of Our Teeth, understudying none other than Mary Martin and Helen Hayes. Also in 1955, she made her New York debut as Juliet in Thieves' Carnival at the Cherry Lane Theater. This was one of the last times that this dynamic character actress would ever portray a flighty ingenue. In 1956, she was awarded the Clarence Derwent Award by Actors Equity as Most Promising Newcomer for her role in the admirable Bashville. Frances has always sought to deliver believable characters, so she studied with the legendary Sanford Meisner. I was acting, pretending, but it was only working with Meisner that I understood how to investigate my own emotions. You search for the truth of a situation, whether it's comedy or tragedy. Her colleagues remark about the ease of working with her because she's so real and in the moment. Her core is her incredible naturalism. Over the past 50 years, she's appeared in numerous Broadway and off-Broadway productions, including Viva Madison Avenue, Miss Alliance, Cock-a-Doodle Dandy, Playboy of the Western World, The Sign in Sidney Brustein's Window, On Golden Pond, Equus, Grown-Ups, The Dining Room, Homefront, Oliver Oliver, Little Murders, Driving Miss Daisy, Mornings at 7, The Foreigner, Steel Magnolias, and Seascape. What may be more enviable than the numerous roles she's played on stage is her ability to make the leap from stage to screen, both big and small. During her first film audition, Burt Lancaster said, "Franny, stop acting." The experience taught her the difference between acting on film and on stage. In her words, "You don't use your face as much in film. It has to come through your eyes." She has since appeared in nearly 120 film productions, including Billy Wilder's Fedora with William Holden, Outland with Sean Connery, and Misery with Richard Farnsworth. She's currently in production for Stephen King's new film, The Mist. For television, she played Dr. Carter's grandmother on ER, Cliff Clavin's mother on Cheers, Charlotte's mother-in-law on Sex and the City, and has a recurring role as Kira Sedgwick's mother on The Closer. "I was big on playing mothers, playing them since I was 5, she said. Frances and Tom Carlin were married in Washington, D.C. on February 13, 1956. Together, they raised 6 children. Their brood now includes 9 grandchildren. For 10 years, she acted on a large stomach. I was afraid to stop working, that is. She happily performed for her bread and butter and her children's college tuition in numerous television commercials. It wasn't easy, 2 actors raising a family. In addition to her roles as actor, wife, mother, she has great compassion for her community and her country. About her recent role in J.M. Barrie's Echoes of War, she said, "World War I was the last period of innocence, wasn't it? People sent their children off with pride until they realized they were getting decimated. It's very difficult now to think of war as being a good solution to anything." It's been a rewarding life, she says. It's through working on characters in plays that I've learned about myself. Frances Sternhagen is good enough to eat, said critic John Simon. You should always try to do what you love. And if you're able to make a living at what you love to do, you're terribly lucky. That, perhaps, is the biggest truth of all. I do love acting. It's the only thing I do well enough to feel good about.